it. Good morning, everyone. We're here at Coldwell
Good
Banker
morning.
Dynasty in beautiful Temple City. I am Sylvia Ramos. I have Mark Ramos here next to me, and we are super excited to begin our sales meeting. And of course, my phone is blowing up as we begin here. As usual, we're so grateful to all of our affiliates. And we're going to go ahead and begin with our affiliate that was signed on here from out of space. It's all yours, John Wax.
Thank you, Sylvia, with the company with the heart. See the heart.
That's
Anyway, I
right.
just want that's it, the heart. Um, just want to let you know I'm John Wax with Snap NHD. Here to answer your questions, consult with your clients. I've been in the business for 30 years. I do want to let you know that the best way to find out, because we're having more activity, earthquakes and things, is to order your NHD report up front. Get your Snap NHD. It's free. There's no charge unless it closes escrow, and that's when you pay for it. If it doesn't close, let me know and we cancel it. The other thing is on the fire zones. The fire zone maps have been updated. The information is in our maps and in the reports. And I do want to let you know that I went through some of the cities in the San Gabriel Valley and found out that Monterey Park has increased, Arcadia has increased, and Temple City did not, San Gabriel did not, and Alhambra did. So there are certain cities that I did pick to look to see if there was any increase in the fire zone maps, and those were the cities that have increased. And the best way to know whether or not the property's in a high or very high fire severity zone, and if you have to use the FHCS card form, is to order our report up front. Another thing is, if you're doing leases to supplement your income, which is a good way to go sometimes, to help your clients, is to get the free renters report. It's a flood zone only report, and it meets the standards. Okay. And lastly, we do have a property tax estimator to help you figure out supplemental taxes, because what do they want to know? What's my obligation after close of escrow? What are the supplementals going to look like? My biggest tip to you is wear your badges. Have your cards, pens, appropriate and documents with you, because you never know where the next deal is coming from. And if you want your NHCs right on, please call John. Thank you.
Thank you so much, John. Always appreciate all your knowledge. We're so
Thank you.
grateful to all of our affiliates here that offer so much to the agents in the office. And next, I'm going to hand it off here to Yunita. Yunita, you're up.
Good morning, Sylvia. Good morning, Calvin. And good morning, everyone. I just want to say hello to everybody. Happy spring. And I can't believe it's already April, right? It's like really, really fast already. I do want to let everybody know, if you are ordering the home warranty, just like John, please order ahead of time in the beginning of your transaction, so then we could be able to get the buyers sign off on the home warranty. If there's any changes, we could make those changes prior to close of escrow, or even after close of escrow, you have 30 days to make those changes as well. Another thing that I do want to mention, we do cover that homeowner insurance deductible up to $1,000. This is something that no one has. So if you do have a plumbing issue and you have a secondary damage, and then you file the claim to your homeowner insurance, we do cover that additional $1,000 if you send back, let us know that you file an insurance claim on your secondary damage. If you do have pool, spa, ADU, or things like that, please let me know, because sometimes we as a rep, we don't know about the property much. And if we're not being told there is certain items that must have to have in the home warranty, we're not going to be able to know. But reach out to me anytime. We do have an English brochure, Spanish brochure, Mandarin brochure. We're here to help you, and let's go for the rest of the year coming up. And you need a Woo Home Warranty for America, 213-880-4085. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Unita. Appreciate you, and thank you for being on the meeting. And here I have in person Nicole. Nicole, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Happy Wednesday. Thank you, Sylvia and Calvin, for allowing us to be here. Just want to wish you all a beautiful Easter Sunday and let you know that we're here to help you with your prospecting needs, as well as remind you about our Fidelity Agent app. It is a powerful tool that you can use in the palm of your hands to help you calculate your seller and buyer costs. It has the compensations built in. It has sell to net calculator, buy now, buy later. So if you'd like to learn more, reach out to me. Have a fantastic day. And please remember Nicole and Yvonne Fidelity National title when you go to escrow. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Nicole. I have the same necklace you had. Perfect. I don't know why I turned orange. Something happened back here, but I'm orange. And let me see. I don't see anyone else here, any other affiliate. We just looked outside, and I did invite our affiliates, so that's okay. We're going to go ahead and continue since we're being live here and being recorded. I want to go ahead and share the word of the day is keep the agreements you've made. It's so important to keep agreements that you've made. We work a lot with contractual agreements, and they are an agreement. And if you do a handshake or a verbal agreement with a friend or anybody, make sure that you continue to build your character and your integrity by keeping your agreements, whatever that is, amongst yourself. And the quote of the day from Mark, the quote of the day today is, you can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. And that's by Barack Obama. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead. Thank you, John. I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to our broker, Kelvin Chang, because we are an agency that cares and an agency with what, John? A lot of heart. That's right.
Heart.
Lips.
There you
A
go.
lot of heart. So I'm excited to go ahead and have Kelvin come up. Kelvin, you're up. We're very fortunate to have you here back from vacation, all charged up and looking cute with your babies and your family skiing. So I'm excited to have you back, Mark and I.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you all for being here today. I just also, I got back from Utah and had a great time with family as well as gave Brady some lessons on skiing. And he was his first time, first day. It was terrible. He had failures. He kept on falling down. And I was proud to see him pick himself back up and keep trying because he didn't enjoy it the first day. It was tough. But on the second day when we went skiing, I'm proud to say he actually started enjoying it a little bit more. He started standing up a little bit taller. He started actually having fun and now throwing snowballs while he was skiing. And it kind of goes in, to all of us in our development, in our skills, in our development in your tools and technology and your marketing. It's not easy in the beginning. It's not easy when you try something new or a new strategy or technique. So I want to encourage you, just like children and just like you as adults, all of us do have growing pains. So all of us need, when we try something new and adapt, it's going to be a struggle. But once you start enjoying it, once you keep at it, once you're persistent, and I'll continue to bring them back every year because I love to go skiing and snowboarding. I'm going to try to build confidence, build the skills and the tools and the balance that you need to soar and to ski or board or whatever it is that you enjoy. I think it's important that you continue to build on your skills as well at home. So whatever it is that you want to try something new, maybe you want to learn a new language. Maybe you want to learn a new a technique on Chat GPT or using AI in your marketing business. I very highly encourage you to try it. Learn from others. Watch some YouTube videos. There's self-help, there's professional help. There's always resources available to you when you kind of really just stay plugged in, knowing what your goals are, knowing that you want to kill it this year in 2025 in sales. Maybe you want to really get a new listing and you want to improve your business. Well, good luck. Great job. You're here. I'll put you some resources that I think are very applicable in real estate business, and hopefully you find some value and join and attend and really sharpen your own skills that you have. All right, so thanks for starting us off, everyone, and the affiliates. I'm going to pull into some of the slides.
Kelvin,
Yep,
is it okay if I do the management portion this morning
sure.
before we begin? Okay, excellent, because I will need to sign off. I have somebody coming in.
Okay.
So Okay, perfect. So on the management part, we like to go over time hacks with everyone. Time hacks. Time hacks is something that we all need to be knowledgeable of. Um, as far as being pulled here, being pulled there. Some of us at meetings, some of us are there, really setting your priorities and prioritizing yourself and holding yourself accountable. So here's some helpful suggestions to reclaim your day and boost your productivity, especially when you're juggling leadership and personal commitments. So time block your calendar. You need to assign chunks of your time to be specific on your tasks. That includes calls, that includes prospecting, meetings, includes breaks and personal time, and treat them like appointments that you can't miss. Secondly, use the 2 minute rule. So if something takes less than 2 minutes, like replying to an email or a text, then do it immediately. The power of hour. So dedicate most focused hour, often things in the morning. Okay. You want a high impact work before it distracts you and the distractions all hit you all at once. For example, we're having a sales meeting today. I have somebody just knocking on the door, wanting to have just a casual conversation when they should be listening to this meeting here because the knowledge is power. The knowledge that you're getting here is extremely powerful, getting it from the broker, live, and your management team. Now, batching tasks, okay? Group similar tasks together, like emails, calls, errands. Okay, this reduces transition time and mental fatigue. How many of us are mentally fatigued? I know I get really mental fatigue. I was driving back from Long Beach yesterday from a lot of information. I was on the freeway. I was mentally fatigued. So be mindful of how you can come back from something like that. Set a top 3 priority list. Instead of a long to-do list, focus on your top 3 priorities each day. Everything else consider to be a bonus. Next, use your voice text. Kelvin's talking about AI. Everyone's talking about AI. This is not AI, but voice text. Use your voice text, but be mindful of words in the background because it does pick that up. And if you send it without proofing what you're sending, you may be sending something you don't want to send, including while you're walking, driving, multitasking, or in between time. Delegate. Okay, so offload some tasks that don't require your unique expertise, like social media, appointment scheduling, data entry. For those of you that probably have kids in the range of 7 to 12 years old, I know my daughter helped me since she was 9 years old, 7, with real estate. And I blame myself because she doesn't want to have anything to do with real estate. She knows what it involves as a very young child. And my mistake was that I did not allocate mom and daughter time until later in the years. I realized, I'm not that realtor right now. I'm that mom. And learn to say no gracefully. Protect your time by being selective on your commitments. Let people know. Let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. That buys you time and it buys you space. So don't be pulled into certain things where you're going to be held hostage over conversations that you are not relevant to your business or your productivity. Time audit. Track your time for 1 week and spot where it's slipping away. Where is your time slipping away? You'll be surprised in how you can adjust your time and make it more productive. So wind down ritual, winding down. I have a winding down ritual. You want to talk about a winding down ritual? I can meet with you personally, but end your day with a short 10-minute review of what your day was like. So that way you can think about how you can pivot and modify your day the following day. Okay, what did you accomplish? What needs to carry over? And prepping your next day, it prevents scrambling in the morning. Take control of your day, take charge of yourself, And I leave you with that from your management team. Thank you, Calvin.
All right, thank you. That was a great piece of advice and wisdom and time management. I even struggle with it at times too. I mean, there's always stuff that's always procrastinating and always putting the most urgent fire out. And yesterday I waited to the very last minute to file my tax extension. Hopefully you guys did that. Hopefully you guys filed, but if not, hopefully you filed your tax extension, paid your estimated penalties, tax liabilities, and all that stuff. Um, so we got a lot to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my slides and getting some of the news out of the way and also the upcoming events. So thanks for Sylvia for getting us on the little update from there. There was a nice little meeting yesterday regarding Gov Hutcherson at the ARIA and AAR co-sponsored event. Hopefully you guys attended that session. There was some interesting things going on, especially with the nuclear cooperation policy that I'll talk about a little bit later on. But just letting you know, our sales meeting is now called Move It, Move It, Move It, Educate, Elevate, and Execute. And these are the goals we have for this sessions together and really helping educate you, elevate your professional game, and then giving you some execution and actionable items for you to do in the next weeks or months. So hopefully you all enjoy a very great happy Easter with you and your families. It's a great time to really do your spring cleaning. It also marks the beginning of the real estate hot selling season of spring and summer. So as we lead in the way to the selling months, traditionally this is also a great family event. Kids are out of school for a week or two, depending where you are. And we recently, like I said, just enjoyed our Easter vacation in Park City, Utah. So I was out there. There's still the last bits of snow. And as far as when I come back and I can see the news, the headlines are all talking about the new tariffs going on. The markets, in terms of the stock markets, jumped up and down in response to the tariffs that President Trump really just threw upon the entire globe, and now is kind of putting some financial uncertainty ahead of us in terms of economics, in terms of our inflation, in terms of our jobs and manufacturing in the United States, or as well as, putting a lot of businesses in a very uh, conservative mode. So there is been like trillions of dollars erased from the stock market. There has been a lot of new uncertainty regarding which countries are going to be having increased tariffs and which ones are being negotiated down to 10%. But largely, a lot of this was a play against China as an unfair trade partnership. You can see that we're at currently 145% trade tariff rate with their goods. I know President Trump pulled back recently on some of the items, and you can see that lumber, aluminum, copper, steel, these are all manufacturing products that are definitely needed for any country, but we are excluding those items, and I think some microchips and other like iPhones and different types of technology are also being excluded from the tariffs. So hopefully that has shown some gains and improvements and a little bit more confidence in those sectors as we saw the stock markets come bounce back a little bit, but still a large amount of skepticism, ultra fear, and of just an overall period of economic uncertainty is definitely across not only on the businesses, on the investors, and also on the regular consumers. So all the people all, especially even all are kind of not taking as big of risks in their decisions and for the near future. We think it's temporary. Hopefully, tariffs and all of these things eventually get worked out with the other countries. I have no idea what's going to happen. This is not financial advice, but I'm telling you guys all that be very cautious in how you make your decisions, how you look at the goods and the prices of everything at the stores might have increased prices, and you might start seeing distribution channels kind of weakening because of the tariffs. I know a lot of manufacturing, shipping products, container ships are not moving out or not being received at ports. Can Orders are being canceled by a lot of companies because of these tariffs. They're probably waiting to see if there's any pause on some of these. So you'll start to see workarounds. You're going to start seeing some confusion, and that will definitely end up being paid by the consumers in the long term. As for example, Temu has always been advertising on YouTube and Google channels and all that stuff. And they pulled all of their marketing away. They pulled a lot of their products off because all of these goods were coming from overseas. So it's interesting times, very, very interesting to see because when there are losses, when there is very economic uncertainty, when there's a lot of fear, there's also, on the flip side, a lot of opportunity. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways to kind of look at things from a different long-term perspective and in a short term. You start seeing now that treasury bonds are now being sold, and this is something that's really different from in years past, from the other stock market crashes. We're starting to see there is a pullback of confidence in the economic U.S. businesses, stock market, as well as for the dollar as the established currency in the globes. So because of the potential bailouts that are going to be coming out from the Fed and the government, I do see some weakness and softening of the dollar as the main currency. So we might see something like Bitcoin or some other global currency as a standard, but who knows, that's going to be a major change. But I do think that there are things that you need to be aware of as a lot of this economic disputes and tariffs are being negotiated. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some learning opportunities. That was the major headline I wanted to talk about, just putting it in front of you. There's a lot of resources out there talking about it. So you can go kind of do your own due diligence at home and just investigate and be knowledgeable, be an expert, have content for you to have conversations with your clients, be educational, informative, and obviously, these kind of tidbits that you share or when you talk about things with knowledge and with details, it really makes you look like someone that is from attract other people. It makes you look like someone that, hey, I want to have lunch with you and coffee. I want to invite you more to my next event, so that way we can get to know each other. People will be attracted to your expertise and what you know up here. So, if you want to go to the learning library, there's a lot of new videos that are 24/7 on demand, as well as live classes for you Coldwell Banker agents on our Coldwell Banker University page. And just to show you, there are even videos that you can create if you're into social media with unlimited downloads, no additional cost, and they can kind of give you a lot of templates of videos that are professionally done, and you just add your name, photo, video, or a little tweak, and it looks like your own very high-end marketing video. Customize yours today. If you want to take a look at the next upcoming Agents Helping Agents course, this month, they're featuring the Listing Edge. How top agents win more listings with our co-banker president of Jason Wah and Tiffany Holt and Austin Castro. These are national speakers really trying to share their insight, their experiences, how they consult and present to their sellers. Very good ideas and strategies and techniques that you probably haven't heard of because these agents are not afraid of teaching you. You're a totally different market. And so they're just sharing with other co banker agents some really good strategies to address the fears about market uncertainty, how to position yourself as the go-to expert so that you can secure your exclusive listing with the seller. And from these are all top producers that are really earning award status, meaning over six figures and maybe even seven figures. But these are great agents to teach you and really get you to be inspired to up your game in real estate. If you want to look for learning opportunities with the AAR, here's a few. But I do want to key highlight this Friday. There's a paper shredding day as tax season is just ending. A lot of people want to go ahead and recycle some of your old paper and boxes. This is a good time to go and drop them off. And I think they give 4 boxes per person. There's a 1031 exchange class the following week at 11 o'clock. And West San Gabriel has a nice class at the end of the month. I really highly encourage this 1 hour class on 11 o'clock at April 30th. Robert Brand is a really great trainer. He's been in our office several times teaching. He's an attorney and he teaches risk management. A lot of really cool insight, very well attended event all the time because he teaches how you should stay out of court. What are the big key areas of liability in your transaction? Our last class with him, he did the agent visual inspection, do's and don'ts. And I really love the way he shares guidance on your transactional wisdom. So encourage you to join him and attend this session. It's live only, not Zoom. So yes, you got to get dressed, look good, and go. Even if you're not part of the West End Gator Board, still join this class because I think it's gonna be well worthwhile. You have also CAR webinars that are available online at your convenience. You can watch the recordings and still have the slides in front of you and get the handout materials when you log in as a member benefit. So just keeping you aware of these really good sessions, whether it's wildfires or new forms or the new laws for 2025. I watch these videos because I want to train you, but at the same time, these are attorneys who are well versed and study these materials much longer than I have. So if you want to learn straight from an expert, here's a great resource and sources for you to watch and learn how to be a better professional because they're all relevant to real estate, our industry. And one of the newest changes that you're going to be not aware of, but I can tell you I'm putting it in front of you well in advance because I'm a broker that cares about your education and you being able to be aware of the changes coming to us as listing agents and brokers. The clear cooperation policy that was first came out in 2020 now has a new modification. So there is an option for sellers how their listing is going to be spread out to the world if they want it to be spread out and shared to consumers publicly. Then there is options for the sellers. And when there's options for sellers, that means that we as agents need to be well versed how to present the various options to a seller regarding when to come out as active, as a delayed marketing exempt, or as withheld from the entire public for various types of reasons. Okay. And so, because of this new clear cooperation modification, all the MLSs now, this is from NAR, they all need to be implementing this policy by September 30th, 2025. And our CRMLS will determine what is the length of the delayed marketing period based on local needs. Consider this as something like coming soon when you refer to delayed marketing period, and that's something that we're going to be teaching buyers and sellers the meaning of each, as well as why is it good and bad, and what are the repercussion effects of delayed marketing. And I know there's a lot of words on this page, so let me just go ahead and put it in front of you as a nice little chart here with time. As time progresses forward, I want to give you an illustration of what the seller's choices are. So let's just imagine the world where the seller and you already went through your listing presentation. They decide, yes, I'd love to work with you, Coldwell Banker Dynasty. Please list my home today. And no, please list my home. Let's go through the contract. Let's sign it up. Okay, as me as a listing broker, I would say, okay, I'm so excited to work with you. Thank you for selecting me as one of the many other as your listing broker. So Sally and John Smith, now let's talk about marketing and let's put together a plan. Hey, seller, let me explain to you what is going to be the options for you as a seller and the new clear cooperation policy of NAR wants to put the sellers in full control of how your listing gets displayed to the public and if and when you want to display to the public. There are some times where a seller does not want to put their property to in front of anybody or let the public not know. So there are very specific reasons. That's a fourth option right here, and that is called seller exclude from the MLS, which is not even on here right now. So the seller would say, well, that's strange. Why would anyone want to exclude their listing from the market, from the public? Okay. I'll give you a couple of reasons. And every seller has, you as a listing agent, you can use my words, use my wisdom as hopefully helping you improve why. Well, the seller, like, for example, there are celebrities out there who sell their multi-million dollar estates and they do not want a lot of people knowing that their home is vacant, that their home is for sale, and they kind of only want it to be distributed to a specific community or maybe just off the market and just only sending it to high-end net worth individuals. So there are areas and times where this makes sense, right? So in that situation, celebrities don't want to share their whole home. They don't want to let everyone see pictures of their interior. A lot of these celebrities are very private people. So they want a listing broker to market it to other celebrities or other high-end network people off the normal channels. That's one example of why a whole property may be excluded from the MLS entirely. Okay? Another reason would be maybe it's a triplex. And my listing of a triplex, I don't want to put it on the market because I don't want my tenants to know that it's on for sale. You have the listing. I want you to market it how you want to market it, but do not put it on the MLS because I don't want my tenants to find out this and that. Okay? And so that's one other reason to exclude a listing altogether. As far as the three options of listing your home on the market, here are the three options. One is an active listing. We all know what that means. It's full marketing, full exposure. It gets syndicated through all the IDX and all the channels that are subscribed with our CRMLS system. There's thousands of websites with this option. This is full active listing mode. Everything gets exposed at the time of going active, along with the data, the information, square footage, and all the public description that you as a listing agent submitted. And in this option, this is the normal option that we know as active as well. Okay, that has not changed. Just letting you know as you teach a seller about price, about exposure, and about what's called market value, the definition of a market value is what a buyer's maximum willingness to pay and a seller's willingness to accept to sell a specific property. The willingness is a gray, undefined term, but it is assumed that to achieve market value, you need to have any listing marketed exposure wise to the fullest, widest audience, which is the world, to have it on all the internet channels, to have it the fullest exposure and the fullest opportunity for any buyers that are interested in this, that they've been seeing it, exposed to it, and in front of them. So to get full exposure, you would have to give a full active listings if you want to get full market value. It's something that typically always benefits the seller to market full exposure if the seller's goals is to get market price, the highest price possible at today's date. Okay? So that's what it is for the full option up above. In the yellow, we can see that the option has an every broker will have an exclusive period that is going to be defined by a CRMLS soon, in which the seller will have this not publicly marketed for X amount of days. Traditionally, our coming soon period was 21 days maximum, no exceptions, in which the office does have a listing. It is registered with the MLS, but there is a period of time where the agent will say, okay, on this date, let's just say May 15th, we are going to put this as active. And it gives one business day beforehand, it becomes publicly available. And then it goes advertised full active listing right after it becomes available on a specific date that is set and determined by the listing agent within the rules that MLS will give us. Okay, so that's kind of like how we treat what's called a coming soon period. But there is another option called delayed marketing exempt listing, immediately available to MLS participants and subscribers, but only marketed by the listing firm during this delayed period. Okay. Now, what this means here is in this green situation, listing brokers will have a delayed period in which a listing broker could introduce it listing to their own broker community, to their own agents with potential buyers, and expose it to the broker only. And then, after a certain set of time, the seller can instruct the listing broker. Okay, and then we can go to active status. And then, obviously, there are going to be questions on this. Why would any seller want it to go be exposed to a broker only and then go to full active? Only to the broker's agents only. Can anyone give a reason why that makes sense? Well, in a certain situation, a seller could instruct the listing broker and accept and select this option of green for for any reason, but one of the reasons why I think a seller might want to do this is because they are unsure about their price, unsure, uncertain about the appearance of the home. And this is a good way for the listing broker to get feedback from other local agents that are in the area and is inviting their own co-agents and friends and whoever in the brokerage to market it to their our own network and share it to get feedback, to get ideas on the price, to run a pulse on, hey, do you think the price is too high, just right, or too low? You can ask for feedback from the broker community of your own to see what kind of suggestions they should do before going live on MLS, full active. and whether or not to test out the marketing strategies or to test out the flyer or the description and test out the imagery to see if it's uh, a good price or not. And or what maybe there is a good reason where the seller instructs the listing broker because like I said, maybe it's tenant occupied for 1 month. And then after 1 month, it's gonna be vacant. So the seller says, I do want to sell ASAP. Sure, you can market it to your own clients and community first, but I want to get it full active after the tenant moves out so I have a chance to clean it first. Okay, so there's different reasons why you would use the green, the orange, or the blue option. I'm not here to give you every reason, but there are reasons. I'm just telling you some ways to describe why some agent may want to use, or why some seller wants to use a specific option. Help you prepare you for your presentation and to answer their questions when they ask, this is confusing. What's the difference between yellow and the green? Do you guys know the difference? The yellow means it's not publicly marketed nor shared on the MLS to any agent community whatsoever. It's held off from all showings, all marketing for a certain period of time set by the MLS, and then it becomes full active. Okay, that's what this yellow sign means. No marketing allowed. But in the green area, it does allow marketing within specific MLS participants and subscribers, as well as the company's broker's own um, marketing period. So they can see that it will be coming to the MLS at a specific time, date. All right. That's hopefully now you guys are prepared and now you know the differences between active, office exclusive exempt, and delayed marketing exempt. These are the clarities and options we will soon have within 5 months. Gotcha? All right. Now, the new fire maps, like John Wax just told us, have been updated. Just wanted to give you an illustration again that the homes and fires have been adding more red areas in Southern California. So these orange and reds, you can see what it was before and after using this cool tool. You can slide this orange bar left and right, and the fire hazard zones, severity zones will show you the new maps versus the old maps. And if you fall in a very high or high zone, your insurance rates are going to increase. So if you have properties of buyers who are afraid of fire insurance policies being higher or rate adjustments or this and that, you can let the new buyers and sellers know the areas that have now been impacted by the new maps that have been revised. You can use this link above, FHSZ, to see this cool sliding tool to see which addresses are in or not in high fire zones. And as far as other news, I can see interest rates jumped and spiked once again for the 30-year fixed rate. It's really close to 6.91 or 7%. And it jumped because of the tariffs and as well as the softening in the um, jobs and sectors and all that stuff. But we do see this volatility in the stocks has caused inflation and interest rates to increase again. So it's going to be another tough cycle this selling season in spring and summer if we have to continue at these elevated interest rates. But it's still not, I still see buyer activity going on. Okay. Because who cares if you pay 6.91% if I can get a price of the home $50,000 under their asking price? Because so many buyers are exiting or off the sidelines, I am the only offerer on a lot of different homes and options of homes that are sitting on the market. And when these sellers still want to sell and they don't receive a lot of offers, me as a buyer's agent, as an opportunist, I don't mind paying a 6.91% if I save $50,000 on an asking price that is that I can negotiate because this seller wants to sell now and does not want to wait till next year for the interest rates to be at 6. Okay? So giving you the silver lining, where can you find deals? It's with buyers right now. Buyers have leverage in certain areas. You can find days on market climbing up. That means buyers' leverage is going up as well. And desperation of the seller is really showing, and you're going to start seeing price reductions as the sellers let go of the of what they consider to be the market value. They have now realized the market does not uh, um, have the same value that the sellers had. Okay. So you will find some stubborn sellers and you'll find some smart sellers willing to sell it at whatever price and adjust their price to the market. Okay. So you start seeing that there's growing concerns around the conditions of the U.S. economy. The economic write-up says that small business optimism is falling. It's not very optimistic at all. The outlook for being in business with tariffs going higher and with prices of goods and services going higher, and job claims starting to tick up upwards, unemployment. So there's some slight easing of inflation overall, but at the end of the day, there's still talks about recession. There's still talks about global tariffs causing a lot of industries out of sorts. So business and consumers are going to have a very volatile, unknown, uncertain, fearful, conservative economic road ahead. That's what the write-up says. And you could read up on all these other cool stuff. Use our resources page for the slides and the links. And want to get into the new listings. Any questions right now?
No, I'm good and good morning.
Good morning, Robin. Thank you. So starting with the if you want to learn more, the NAR already has a write-up called the Multiple Listing Options for Sellers Guide. And you can read up the differences that I just taught you. There's some frequently asked questions, and this will all be implemented soon. That's where I got this graph. So if you want to have some questions on all this stuff, you could take a look below, and you can see all of the details and learn about what changes are going to happen in about 4 or 5 months. As far as my other slide I wanted to share. The big news that are going economically is this link here. So is coming soon in the seller's best interest. If you want to read up on it, I'll share this in the chat box. And after that, we'll get into the new listings. I will also click the link for the other one link as well, just in case you wanted to read it. And all right, new listings. Do you guys see a listing in front of you, a beautiful home in Beaumont right now active? Someone say yes or no. All right.
Are you
Well,
asking if you see it? I see it.
okay, you see the MLS? Okay, great.
Yes, I see it.
113 Cascade Creek, Beaumont is active for lease, $2,600 per month for a 1560 square foot home, recently built in 2007. Congratulations on our new lease listing over here. Very beautiful, lovely, newer home, not too old. And this is Jennifer Huang's new listing. And then we have in Arcadia a $2 million beautiful, gorgeous price and home. 100 West Arthur Avenue. Great location for a 5 bed, 2,800 square foot home. And it is open house this weekend, so you check it out. Bring your clients. Pretty decent price per square foot. And inside it looks lovely. You got engineered hardwood floors, a nice facade of this fireplace, very nice dining area with recessed lighting, plantation shutters. It looks like granite, center island and materials in here. Newer cabinetry, large master bedroom. You can definitely fit a lot more beds in here, and um, beautiful home for only $2 million. It's priced right. I feel it will sell. Congratulations to your new listing, Helen Xiong. Then we have another, the same Beaumont listing. This one was we just looked at was for lease. It is also for sale. So 113 Cascade Creek, Beaumont is also for sale. 968 Lincoln Ave in Pomona. This is a 3 bedroom with large 2,300 square feet and 14,000 plus lot size. Has an open house this Saturday. Congratulations to our agent, Jerry and Connie Baker, on their lovely new listing for sale. This single family in Pomona has a beautiful pool right in the back on this lot size of 14,000 plus. This Pomona home has a great curb appeal, excellent fresh cut grass. It's morning sunrise picture. I can see you have recessed lighting, open floor plan there, and very nicely professionally staged, and it looks a very comfortable home to place to call home. So they staged this as an office room, and they have a nice fireplace. Looks move-in ready, and a good deal at only 900,000, only $400, less than 400 a square foot with a remodeled bathroom. You don't have to do much. Just go ahead and bring your buyers and they'll fall in love. Next, we have 11105 West Hondo Parkway, Temple City. Only 850,000. I'm proud to say it's now pending and it's sold really quickly in 7 days. Congrats, Jackson Wong, on getting your listing sold in 1 week. We have a new listing here in Arcadia. This is 600 Atlantic Boulevard, Unit 411. Congratulations to Angel Lau. 2 bedrooms, 725,000, recently built in 2010. This is a luxurious home with an amazing location right near the 10 freeway. You could have a mixed use with shopping, dining, and retail right on the ground floor. Head on upstairs. You do have also a gym as well. And this condominium is a well-maintained community and definitely nice little views at a very affordable 725 price point. Congratulations, Angel Lau. 12418 Magnolia Street, El Monte is for lease. Jingqiu Liu just leased this property out. So it is going under contract today. 177 Sunny Slope Ave, Pasadena. This went back on the market, and then I'm Tracy Nguyen, very proud of her. Put it back on the market, did an open house weekend, and it sold right again. And very gorgeous custom built home. I don't know if you've seen any home like this, but this one has a very industrial, um, finished, polished concrete in flooring. It's very special when you look at the inside, and I really love the balcony that was on the second floor. It was as large as a master bedroom. So they have a sunroom in here. I physically walked in here. You have accordion doors. This is the balcony that's super large, overlooking the San Gabriel Mountains, and just really fell in love with this property. 923 Derrick Drive in Arcadia. $9,800 per month for this lease. It is 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, 4,000 plus square feet. Open on May 31st. Okay. And I'm just wondering why would they put an open house that's a month and a half away? Hopefully they meant April 31st. But anyway, brand new listing, active for rent. Maybe it's because it's occupied by a tenant. Okay. Next, we have 2814 Los Angeles. This is Idell Street, 1.385 million for this property in LA. It's a duplex, newly remodeled. You can see inside it looks gorgeous. It has newer cabinets, really large, nice new windows, and move-in ready. This duplex is in a great location near the 5 and 10 freeway. I think this is Gilbert Del Toro's listing. And ask him if you have anyone looking for a vacant duplex, which is rare, for only 1.385 million. Check it out. And 152 West Lemon Ave, Monrovia, is now pending. Congratulations to Connie Baker. And 810 Monterey Pass Road, Monterey Park. We have this commercial warehouse for sale. 6.6 million gets you this lovely Monterey Pass property, very close to the 710 freeway. Great location, high ceilings, 21,000 square feet with an 80,000 lot. So congratulations, Henry Liu, on your commercial new listing warehouse. 6.6 million. You have 167 Sultana Avenue, all Upland, for 15.8 million. This commercial property is 2.5 acres. Looks like a shopping center area in downtown Upland. This gentrifying location definitely has a mixed use potential. And talk to Henry Liu if you have anyone interested in a commercial development shopping center opportunity. 1000 Fairview Ave, number 2, Arcadia. This is active, 798,000 for this lovely little condo. Congratulations to Carmen Lee on her listing. And 6, this is now pending, Starstone Place in Rancho Cucamonga, Helen Xiong's listing. Okay, so that should bring us here. The last one we're going to do is 6819 Oak Avenue, San Gabriel. For just under 3 million, you have two gorgeous brand new construction San Gabriel homes with Temple City School District. It is a unincorporated area, gorgeous brand new interior, custom doors, custom lighting. It has a very, very open floor plan. Excellent use to utilize all the lot size to make sure you can get maximized square footage of this beautiful home. Lovely center island, waterfall, quartz design, and bring your offers and buyers. Hopefully, they'll fall in love because you get two homes for the price of one. And that brings me to the end of this today's sales meeting. Anyone have any questions? If not, you all have a great, amazing day. Make it very productive. Enjoy your summer, enjoy your spring breaks as well as your Easter vacation. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye bye.